So in its simplest form, this would be what we would do, is we would ground. Rather than getting into a lot of overthought, because overthought, we have that 3-to-1 ratio, what we do just momentarily is we bring our attention back to the posture of the body. Or feeling the toes, or feeling the fingers, or feeling the tongue. Those will momentarily bring us back. So anxiety loops. Again, we have the attention, intention, and specific action. And what's grounding? Like, why would we ground? Well, the reason that we ground is Maslow developed a hierarchy of needs back in, I think it was in the 40s, and it stood the test of time. What Maslow said was that we have needs, that this is considered a pyramid. We can't go up here unless we first meet our basic needs. So if we're really hungry, very tired, we're not going to be able to be very cognitive, to be able to deal with things. So first thing is we look after our physical needs, food, water, shelter, sleep. Now the second one, the second most important basic need we have is safety. So that's where the grounding comes in. When we have that sense of feeling safe, we have addressed this. Because anxiety is a feeling in the body. So also at the same time, there's places in the body that we can go that feel safe. When we have, again, this is generalization, but we have the two systems, the sympathetic nervous system, which is fear-based. It comes on within a second, and it gets us ready to run away or to engage in a fight or whatever in order to protect ourselves. And then we have the parasympathetic, which is more love-based. Parasympathetic, it's that sense of well-being. I can manage this. Yeah, this isn't easy, but I can manage it. So these are generated a lot by thoughts. So if we overthink, we have to be very careful with our thinking process, very mindful of it. Because the parasympathetic, it takes about 10 to 20 minutes for it to come back down. Like if we've been stressed and we have all this cortisol and adrenaline in our bodies, it's going to take quite a while for the parasympathetic to bring us back down. So that's where patience comes in. Patience is one of the attitudes of mindfulness. First attitude is non-judgmentalness. This is happening. Okay, I feel it. I wonder, just being patient, will it change? And how do we ground? Well, if we think of a stone is hard, rough, and heavy. We have those same sensations in our body. So if we take, and if you'd like to try this, just take your thumb, your fingernail, and press it into the soft tissue of your index finger. Just gently press it in there. That's hardness. And you can feel if you put more effort into it, the more you feel that sensation, the more we're coming back into what's called the present moment. Another one is roughness. And again, I just invite you to try this. If you take your tongue and you just rub your tongue on the inside of your teeth, back and forth, just gently, that's a safe sensation. And you can also feel the hardness there. So if we use our tongue, we get two. We get the hard sensation, and we also get the rough sensation. So using the tongue to help ground us is very, very helpful. Heaviness. So this may not be as easy to catch a hold of, but when you're standing up, it's a lot easier. So if you're getting into a difficult situation where you know there's a lot of anxiety, it's always good to be standing. But this has to do with feeling the weight of the body. And again, when we feel the weight of the body, there's no anxiety. That's not an anxiety-producing sensation. Anxiety-producing sensations have this contraction, this tightness, and this doesn't. This is just the weight of the body. The body's always there. So it's just a case of redirecting our attention and maybe even doing a bit of gentle walking, but being interested in what the feet are doing. That's really the key. So, and this is why we look at the brain. When you look at the brain, see how much capacity the brain takes in order to be able for us to walk. So it takes a fair bit of capacity just to feel the feet and the toes. The hand, you can see how much the hand takes. The hand takes a lot. And again, the lips and the tongue. These are all really rich areas because there's so many nerve endings. And those sensations, again, those are safe sensations. So we talked about this, the toes. We can just slightly curl our toes a bit. Our hands, again, put a little bit of tension into our hands. And our tongue, putting the tongue against the teeth at the roof of the mouth. Now the nice part of it is we can do this whether we're walking, sitting, or just standing. And my favorite is laying down. Yeah, it really is. So there I don't have to worry about my posture or anything else. I could just lay down and get grounded. So it's nice to keep it simple. It's really important actually to keep it simple. Just knowing there's these three areas in our body that we can go to, shift our attention to, and they're safe. And we can use them in whatever we're doing. So even if we're peeling potatoes at the sink, we're feeling the weight of our body, we're feeling our toes, keeping our balance. We're moving our hands, we're feeling the potato in this hand, holding it with a bit of tension. It can be a very mindful exercise.